E estamos ao vivo,
Hum,
esperando nossos convidados.
Como é que tá o logo aí? Mudou?
Tem que apagar e começar de novo. E estamos ao vivo, esperando nossos convidados.
Como é que tá o logo aí? Mudou?
Tem que apagar e começar de novo. E estamos ao vivo. A nossa missão está funcionando também, substituiu o trailer. Agora é só esperar nossos convidados entrarem. Vou abrir o YouTube para ver se tem gente seguindo aí também. Por enquanto não temos ninguém, vamos esperar alguns minutos para ver só chegar.
Hum, Deixa eu ver se o Ari também tá conseguindo entrar.
Tem dois espectadores, inclusive eu, então acho que a gente já tem um convidado que tá assistindo no YouTube. Por enquanto a gente está esperando o pessoal entrar, então vamos esperar alguns minutinhos antes de começar. Caso você está assistindo, deixar o som ligado. Leave the sound open. I was speaking in Portuguese, I'm sorry. So we already have a guest watching the video on YouTube, and we're waiting for some other guests to come in, whether on YouTube or on Hangout. So if
Uhum.
you're watching us, just hold on a minute until people get in.
Yeah. Ari sent me here so we can see him on the call. I think he's trying to log in. Julian, can you see Ari there? He's telling me on Facebook that he joined the call on the event page, but I cannot see him. Unmute your microphone.
My bad. So yeah, I'm gonna post the link again. I can see there are people watching on YouTube, but not on the call. So if you okay. I posted the link underneath the video player on Hangout. So if you're on the page of the event, you should be able to see it. That's the link to actually get into the Hangout. Because I can see there are 5 people on the online already, and I'm guessing some other will join. So just wait another couple of minutes and then get people. Let's get started.
Okay, Ari, hello. We cannot hear you now. Can you hear us? Okay. Okay, Ari. We cannot hear you now. Can you hear us? Okay. Okay, Ari. We cannot hear you now. Can you hear us? Just waiting for Go and Yael, which are trying to enter the call.
Get the link at this one if you want to listen.
Yeah, I shared the link with them on email in case they haven't seen on the event page yet.
Still can't hear you, Ari. There's no sound coming out of your mouth. Sorry about that. There's a chat on the right side of the screen if you want. Like there's a little blue button on the top left corner. If you click it, the chat open on the right, and you can use it if you want to. If the sound doesn't work, to ask question and yeah, here you go. Perfect. For the people watching on YouTube, we've posted the link on the underneath the video player and on YouTube. So there's a link just underneath the video player. If you want to click it, then you're going to get into the Hangout so that you can directly interact with us and ask your questions and get into the call. Or you can just follow us on YouTube. That's fine. We're gonna get started now, and then people are gonna join in. If you have any question, you can just like put them in a comment on the event page or on YouTube, and I'll get them while Juliana is presenting. Feel free.
Yeah.
If you have any question, you can just leave a comment on the event page. Or do you wanna get started?
Yes. So while we are waiting for others to join, I'm Juliana. I work with Worldpackers as well as Julian. Um, the purpose of this call is to get to know more about hostels in Israel and also to share what is Worldpackers. We know some of you, members of Israel Hostel Association, are already um, working with Worldpackers. So we want to present to those who are not working with Worldpackers what Worldpackers is all about, how we are helping hostels around the world to get better staff, and also solve your questions, the best way to use the platform and how to make it work with Worldpackers. If you have any question, as Julian said, you can post on the event page or the YouTube. We will be answering your questions. All right. Also, it would be good if, for who is watching, to share your experiences with volunteer staff. Whoever recruited volunteers before, share your experience as well as your challenges that you had in general to try with your hostels and also with your volunteer staff. I start a quick presentation to introduce Worldpackers, and then we will be answering any questions that we will be receiving. So, 1 second. So can you see my screen right now, right? Yeah. Good. So Worldpackers is helping hostels in more than 98 countries to embrace high turnover, because it's already happening with your local staff. And we are also helping hostels to work with the millennial generation. They are your staff and your guest generation, and how you can thrive with volunteers. It's easier than we usually think it is. You just need to learn how to make it work. Right, so to get started, we will talk today about what is Worldpackers and what are the benefits of having volunteer staff, and what Worldpackers is doing about it, and also how Worldpackers was born. So what is Worldpackers? Worldpackers is an online platform that helps you to find the best staff for your hostel. And how Worldpackers improve the way the guests review your hostel. Worldpackers, they come full of energy and with fresh ideas. They speak languages and they like to socialize. This translates in an awesome guest experience for your hostel. So Worldpackers is the best place for you to get the perfect match between available volunteers and your real need for staff. And also you have volunteers right on time and all the time. You receive applications for the positions where you require staff, and you'll never be staffed again. So why does Worldpackers believe that volunteers do it better? 53% of your reviews, doesn't matter if they are good or bad, they derive from your staff. And volunteers are enhanced travelers, collaborative guests. They are travelers taking care of travelers and guests taking care of guests. So they live in the hostel, they are anxious to make friends, they are eager to discover the region and to go out. Simply said, they are happy to be there and they are involved in the place. But what could possibly go wrong with volunteers? Here are some of the bad experiences that many hostels have with volunteers. They might be looking just for a bed and they are not interested in your hostel, not even the job they need to do. They might not fit in the place because they don't have the team spirit or they don't blend into your family hostel. You never know when they arrive, how long they stay, and if they really leave your place on the exact date he planned it before. Or your hostel can be only a stopover and he's only interested in planning his next trip. And they might have no clue of what they are doing and don't share bother their plans because your hostel is just a stopover for them. Sometimes they can simply not show up or they can be thieves. So if any of you who are watching today have one of these experiences, feel free to share your experience and we can talk about it later. So what Worldpackers is doing about it, what we created to avoid all these bad experiences to happen, we create a commitment. Worldpackers, they pay to get a unique experience. They will choose your hostel specifically and they will show up grateful for the experience that you are offering them. And they can only apply for the positions and the dates that you made available. If you can review their profile with their skills, their personal, professional, and educational backgrounds, their friends' endorsements, even their Facebook interests before you approve them in your team. They have defined dates to arrive and to leave, and you can even ask for a travel ticket proof to make sure that they will show up. And they want to be part of your team and to get involved. But we also make it easy to happen. We help you define your positions and criteria like the skills, language proficiency, the working hours, and the days off. You can manage all your staff vacancies and candidates from a unique calendar, and you can even add manually your regular staff on this calendar. You will only review skilled candidates that really match your needs and the dates you are needing. And you have a free mobile app where you can easily manage and answer your applications. If you really want, you can even ask for a video application to make sure that you are selecting the best fit. Or if you are the anxious type, you can proactively look for candidates based on their skills, language proficiency, and nationality. And we have a 24/7 support line for you. So once you decide to open a live position and join Worldpackers, who is likely to show up? Let's see an example of real Worldpackers currently looking for a position.
I think the slide is not the right one at the moment. I don't know if it's switching on the screen.
What are you watching now?
Now it's switched. It didn't switch before. Okay. Sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, so as I was saying, let's see examples of real Worldpackers now, which are currently looking for volunteers position. So we have Jonathan. Jonathan is a 28-year-old traveler from the United States. He lived a few years in Australia and he traveled the world a lot. Jonathan is fluent in English and speaks Spanish too. He already works in a bar, so he has the experience with the hospitality business. He is friendly and very flexible. You can use John's set of skills to do basic needs in a hostel like cleaning or housekeeping, or to help in the kitchen and behind the bar, or to take guests out on a tour during the day or even at night, or if it's even better, a mix of all of this. Or Yvette, she is Spanish, she's 20, and she speaks fluent Spanish and Catalan, and her English is quite good too. Yvette studied product design at university, and she is also a very good photographer. Yvette loves art, so she's very comfortable in creating websites and with social networks too. Because she's has a lot of sensibility of everything which is related to aesthetics, you can use Yvette's set of skills to paint the decoration of your hostel, to create websites, or to take pictures of your guests and promote your hostel while tagging them on Facebook. Or we have Monica. Monica is a 20-year-old Brazilian. She's studied pedagogy. She's fluent in Portuguese and Spanish, but she needs to improve her basic English. Because she's used to take a large group of children on external activities, She wants a position which has direct contact with the guests. She would be of great use in the reception, behind the bar, or taking your guests out on a pub crawl. And even better, she can translate all your communication to Portuguese or Spanish. So once you accept this Worldpacker, what's likely to happen? Let's see an example of a real host and his experience with Worldpackers. So this is Guilherme. Guilherme opened Rui Hostel in São Paulo in 2012 with 11 regular staff. In 2014, he heard about Worldpackers, but he had doubts about the risks of having volunteer staff related to their commitment to the job, related to the law, and even to the costs. So in 2015, Guilherme decided to give Worldpackers a try. And guess what happened? He went from 11 regular staff to 12 team members, which he kept the 5 regular staff and added 7 Worldpackers to his team. And what were the positive impacts for Rehostel? First of all, of course, cost saving with the paychecks, but also Guilherme tracked that his occupancy rate grew from 50% to 70%. But for Guilherme, Worldpackers are the translation of staff and guests. They came and they brought a new atmosphere to the hostel. They improved the staff onboarding and training processes, and they brought in new ideas to the hostel. So, Guilherme is São Paulo in Brazil. São Paulo is not a city which is received a lot of tourists. It was not as attractive or Rio or other cities. Also, opening a hostel and staying in a hostel is something very new for the Brazilian culture. Young entrepreneurs who opened hostels about 3 years ago are looking for innovative ideas to sustain their business, and Guilherme found Worldpackers. You can see there Lucas and Natalie. They were Worldpackers, which came to volunteer at We Hostel, and Lucas became the reception manager. He's the one responsible to manage the volunteers since their arrival until their onboard training, their social engagement and activities. And Natalie, she is working as a manager of innovation. It's a new department that Guilherme opened based on a Worldpackers idea, which is to innovate to grow. They are today working more than 1 year with Hostel, and they became regular staff. So what's the price for all of this? Worldpackers platform is 100% free for the host forever because we charge travelers a fee. And it will only work if both parts are equally involved. We will train you to identify the best candidates and how to manage your collaborators. And we need you to help us. If you don't know about your pain, we cannot cure it. And why I say that? Because Worldpackers has been collecting feedback through the past 2 years. So let me tell you how Worldpackers was born. These are the 3 co-founders of Worldpackers. Ricardo was an investment banker who was tired of earning money with something he didn't believe in, so he quit his job to travel the world. He visited over 50 countries, exchanging his skills for accommodation. He worked as a bartender, cleaner, surf teacher at the reception. So he found himself and his place in the world while he was traveling. And that took him to the International Travelers House in California, a hostel operating with 100% volunteer staff. He went there to meet Eric, his childhood friend, who bought a one-way ticket to California to learn English, and went from cleaning a hostel to effectively be a partner and co-founder at the International Travelers House. Eric also worked in all kinds of positions a hostel needs, until he effectively became to recruit, train, and manage the staff himself. He also crafted a full methodology of how to manage volunteers. So when they met, they have an insight. They knew that they had the opportunity and the necessary expertise to democratize meaningful travel experiences around the world while changing the hospitality industry for better. They just needed some tech support. So that's when João, who was a developer, was born in a former startup to join, and Worldpackers was born 2 years ago. João is our tech wizard who turned our workplace blog into the matchmaking platform we have today. Oh, after these 2 years collecting feedbacks from all our travelers and hosts, Worldpackers is now present in 98 countries. We have more than 200,000 travelers willing to exchange their skills for accommodation from 170 nationalities. And we can only keep going if you receive your feedback and keep helping us improve our platform. Here are some hostels which are already receiving Worldpackers. We have Abraham Hostels and Tiberias Hostels from Israel, which are receiving Worldpackers since last year. We have the International Travelers House I was mentioning before, the biggest hostel brand in California. Chalagarta Hostels is its biggest hotel chain in South America. Equipoint, biggest hostel chain operating 4 major European cities and Morocco. X-Hostel, which is a hostel chain operating in Spain, Romania, and Bulgaria. Destination Hostels, a major hostel chain in Portugal, and we recently closed a partnership with the International Hostel International in Mexico. So this is a bit about Worldpackers, what we are doing for helping hostels to thrive with volunteers and to improve their reviews. And now if we have any questions, we will be answering there. Julian?
I think we don't have any question for now, so uh, there's no question on the platform at the moment. We have a few spectators, but no question at the moment. So maybe it's easiest because there's not that many people online, and we knew some people would watch the presentation after that, is to let people watch the video and then get in touch with you after that if they have any question. Might be easier. Or if you get any feedback as well, Ari, you can send it to us and we can address specific points afterwards.
Yeah, that would be great. If anyone which is watching now and later you have any questions, you can just send me a message, send us an email. We'll be happy to help you. For those who are already working with Worldpackers, we'll help you to improve your profile and how can you attract the best volunteers and have more applications to choose from. And for those who are interested in joining Worldpackers, we also help you simplify the steps until you receive your first applications and how to manage all your collaborators. If anyone has also any feedback, can send it to me or to Audie, and Audie will share with us for sure. And thank you for everyone who is watching on YouTube now. Thank you, Audie.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone. The video will be available on YouTube. Audie will be sharing the link with you. And thank you very much. Hope to hear from you soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, and thank you, Audie. Bye.